The Patriots are armed with 12 total draft picks entering the 2019 NFL Draft, with 6 of them coming in the first 101 selections. Of course, Bill Belichick does like to wheel and deal at this time of the year, but if he decides to stay the course and make each selection, there are plenty of needs that the reigning Super Bowl champions could fill throughout the draft. By using the Draft Network's mock draft machine, we were able to break down a full 7-round mock draft of the Patriots and see who they could be bringing to Foxborough when the draft is all said and done, right away. In this mock, the Patriots began preparing for the post-Rob Gronkowski era with not one, but 2 tight end selections within the first few rounds, while also bringing in a healthy amount of receivers to deepen that unit. And, of course, this mock also has New England identifying an heir apparent for Tom Brady at the quarterback position. Scroll on down to see this latest full 7-round mock draft for the Patriots. The Patriots could go in a couple of different directions in the first round, and it'll probably depend on who falls to them at no. 32. First and foremost, however, they need to begin replacing Rob Gronkowski, and Alabama's Irv Smith Jr. would be a solid step in adding some prime talent. Smith Jr. can't replace Gronk by himself, but does have a well-rounded game as both a blocker and pass catcher to help the Patriots' offense in 2019. Last year for Alabama, Smith was able to haul in 44 passes for 710 yards and 7 touchdowns. At the NFL Combine, Smith ran a 4.63 40-yard dash, had a 7.323 cone drill and a 4.33 second 20-yard shuttle. He measured in at 6'2", 242 pounds with 31.5-inch arm length. NFL.com compares him to former Patriots tight end Ben Watson. Along with those strong numbers, Smith Jr. also seemingly has an affinity for the Patriots, as he taken notice of Gronk's retirement on social media and made it a point to shake hands with Bill Belichick at that Alabama Pro Day. This shapes out to be a pretty offensive-leaning draft for the Patriots, as they use their first second-round pick on a local talent in wide receiver Andy Isabella out of UMass. The Patriots are reportedly very interested in Isabella, and for good reason. Isabella is coming off a stellar senior season for the Minutemen, where he caught 102 passes for 1,698 yards and 13 touchdowns, which put him as the finalist for the Biletnikoff Award. The receiver also opened scouts' eyes at the Senior Bowl, where he caught 7 passes for 74 yards and a touchdown. At the NFL Combine, the 5'10", 190-pound receiver ran an official time of 4.31 seconds at the 40-yard dash, which was tied for the fastest out of the wide receiver. While that was his official time, some clocks actually had him run a 4.27. Throughout the pre-draft process, Isabella has also been working out for former Patriots receiver Randy Moss, so there are simply just too many New England connections to not place him in Foxborough. When you lose a player of Rob Gronkowski's caliber, it requires you to double down in the draft to try and replace his production. The Patriots' tight end unit is thin, so why not go after 2 of the top players at the position in this draft with Irv Smith Jr. in the first on Now Texas A. He's not the blocker that Rob Gronkowski was, but Sternberger can help the Patriots tremendously in the receiving game. The Patriots have a top 30 visit scheduled with the tight end, who enjoyed a breakout season his junior year. The tight end caught 48 passes for 832 yards and 10 touchdowns. He was a consensus All-American selection in 2018, along with being named to the All-SEC first team. At the NFL Combine, the 6'4", 251-pounder clocked in a 4.75 40-yard dash to go along with 17 reps on the bench press, a 7.193 cone drill and a 4.31 second 20-yard shuttle. If the Patriots can hit on both Irv Smith Sr. and Jace Sternberger, they'd be in a really good spot to begin the post-Gronk era. Finally, some help on the defensive side of the ball. This pick in Alabama safety Deontay Thompson is really to help the Patriots beyond 2019. Both Patrick Chung and Devin McCourty will be 32 years old at the start of next season and could be in the final few years of their career. Bring in a guy like Thompson, who may go under the radar due to a torn ligament in his wrist he suffered in the pre-draft process, would do wonders for the unit to not only inject youth, but some top-of-the-line talent. Thompson is looked at as one of the top safety prospects in this draft after a strong career at Alabama where he totaled 78 tackles in 2018 to go along with 2 interceptions and 6 passes defended. The Patriots picked their heir apparent to Tom Brady in the 3rd round with West Virginia's Will Grier. Along with being one of the more accurate quarterbacks in this draft, I like Grier's it factor of being able to go into hostile environments like Texas and hand the Longhorns a loss. Grier also has a familiarity with New England's offense as they ran a similar style of it at West Virginia. Last season, Grier completed 67% of his passes for 3,864 yards, 37 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions. He'd be an ideal player to have sit in. Learn behind Brady for the next few years to then take over during the next wave of the Patriots dynasty. The Patriots are never afraid to bring family under the tent in Foxborough, especially when it also fills a need on the roster. By taking Daniel Wise with one of their 3rd-round picks, it'd not only unite him with his brother and Patriots defensive end Dietrich Wise Jr., but it'd also shore up New England's interior defensive line with a smart, talented player. After playing 4 seasons at Kansas, Wise totaled 152 tackles, 43 for a loss, to go along with 17 sacks. His senior season was capped off with 34 tackles, 12 tackles for a loss and 5 sacks. At the NFL Combine, Wise ran a 5.28 40-yard dash, put up 22 reps on the bench press and had a 7.533 cone drill time. Wise is also a student of the game, who has noted in the past that he'd love to coach when his football career is over. That trait in a player is something the Patriots will surely covet. The draft selection that everyone suspected for years comes true. The Patriots take another receiver in this draft to deepen the unit and gives them a potential option in the slot for years to come with Clemson's Hunter Renfrow. On top of the entire NFL viewing world pegging him to one day be a Patriot, Renfrow has also talked about that possibility throughout the pre-draft process. Given that the Patriots missed on all of the slot options in free agency, they could elect to go young and take Renfrow here. The 5'10", 185-pounder burst onto the scene during the 2017 National Championship game where he caught 10 passes for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns against Alabama and since then has been a solid safety valve in the Clemson offense. Throughout the course of his collegiate career, Renfrow was able to haul in 186 passes for 2,133 yards and 15 touchdowns. At the NFL Combine, he ran a 4.59 40-yard dash to go along with a 6.8 second 3-cone drill and a 4.19 20-yard shuttle. The Patriots need depth at tackle on a number of different fronts. 2018 first-round pick Isaiah Wynn is slated to take on the starting left tackle spot with the departure of Trent Brown, but New England also lost swing tackle Adrian Waddle to the Bills this offseason as well. Given that, Max Sharping out of Northern Illinois does seem to make sense at this point in the draft. He could serve as a potential backup to Marcus Cannon and win and possibly be groomed to take over on the right side for Cannon one day. The 6'6", 327-pounder is commended for his ability to play both tackle positions and is extremely smart. Ascending tackle prospect with impressive combination of size and functional athletic ability, Lance Zierlein wrote on NFL.com. Sharping has the ability to handle bull rushers and finds ways to recover and get guys blocked after getting beat early. However, NFL rushers will look to exploit the inconsistent footwork and balance that shows up when his pass sets become hurried and unfocused against true edge speed. He might get a shot at left tackle, but might be best suited on the right side where he has the potential to become an above-average starter. Despite bringing in Michael Bennett, the Patriots would also be wise to add some pass rushers in the draft to further help the loss of Trey Flowers. With Sheriff Miller out of Penn State, he's a bit of project but has the athleticism to potentially be a strong option for the Patriots with some good coaching. At Penn State last season, Miller was able to post 41 total tackles, 15 tackles for a loss and 7.5 sacks. At the NFL Combine, he ran a 4.69 40-yard Dash put up 16 reps on the bench press and ran a 4.45 20-yard shuttle. Patriots take a flyer on Toledo's Deontay Johnson with one of their later round picks. Nick Caserio was at the Toledo Pro Day where Johnson was commended for his ability to field punts, an area that could immediately give him a niche role with the Patriots. Johnson broke out during his sophomore year where he caught 74 passes for 1,278 yards and 13 touchdowns in 2017. He followed that up last year with smaller, but respectable totals of 49 receptions for 761 yards and 8 scores. The Patriots showed interest in Hall at the Missouri Pro Day, and if he's still on the board late, it could be a solid option for them to add youth to their linebacker unit. Hall really broke out as an upperclassman. His junior season in 2017 he was able to total 80 tackles with 12.5 coming for a loss to go along with a sack and 3 passes defended. His senior year Hall put up 71 tackles with 9 coming for a loss and 5 sacks. He was also able to force a fumble and grab an interception last season. At the NFL Combine, Terraz put up 20 reps on the bench press and measured in at 6'1", 230 pounds with 33.5-inch arm length and 10 3/8-inch hands. After taking Sony Michel with one of their first-rounders last season, running back isn't a huge need for the Patriots, but getting someone like LSU's Nick Brossette could be a big help for them in 2019. New England struggled in short yardage situations last season, and Brossette could be a viable option in that respect. He won't wow anyone with his elusiveness or breakaway speed, but the 6-foot 220-pounder uses his power to gain yards, and was how he earned his supper with the Tigers. For LSU last season, Brossette ran for 1,039 yards on 4.3 yards per carry and 14 touchdowns. At the NFL Combine, Brossette ran a 4.72 40-yard dash, put up 15 reps on the bench press and had a 4.44 20-yard shuttle to go along with a 7.38 3-cone drill.